Her nail beds are so tiny. This is called nail patella syndrome, absence or underdevelopment of fingernails and toenails. I'm so curious which solution this nail technician will find for her. So we're doing nail prep. I can imagine how hard it is because the nail plate is so small and you need to work around it. Now we apply acrylic. The acrylic brush looks huge compared to this nail. I think I would pick a small brush for design, for the 3D. And this shape and color looks so cute. So they did short square nails, but that's not everything. Then we take tips and apply them on top, and then the design. Okay, well, design looks cute as well as the nail shape, but I have a little concern regarding the size of this client's nail beds. They were so small. I would really suggest going with the first style that they did when they did these extensions with acrylic, because they look so great on her, and I think this kind of length would be more comfortable for her. There will be less risk to damage them. I went to the emergency room for my nails. Oh my god, well, yes, they're so thick. They applied like the whole jar of the gel, I guess. I was in pain. They had to remove them urgently. Well, according to the background, it looks more like a nail salon or nail tech station. I don't really know what they're going to do in the emergency room. I seriously doubt that they have good ways of removing nails. So if you had a bad nail extensions, they are thick, that you don't like the way they look, but you don't have any cuts or irritations or some problems with the skin, I think it's still better to go to the nail technician or to salon to get them removed. I had a client who did the exact same thing. So if we take a closer look on these nails, we can see that the cuticle area, the product in the cuticle area is perfect. There is no lifting. Her natural sidewalls are badly damaged. So I suppose whether she's picking on the sidewalls or maybe even biting them. And this is what causes this problem and absent sidewalls. So now these nails have this hourglass silhouette, like the one we all dream of. Destroying my nails because I don't want to pay to remove them. This horrible way of removing your nails with dental floss is so damaging. But according to the caption, this person understands it. So I only have one question. Why? Removing your nails with acetone is not that hard and will not destroy your nails. I think some people just don't understand that if you rip a certain amount of layers of your nail, you need to wait at least 3 to 4 months until your nail plate fully renews, and then you will be able to do new extensions, because if you damage them badly, the product is not going to stay on your nails. Literally, why are my nails like this? According to what I see, this lady has a short nail beds. Probably she's biting them, maybe not. Whatever is on top of her nails, I'm not sure if those are tips or sculptured nails, but they simply were not done correctly. This is very common among short nail beds to have them roll slightly upwards, but regardless of the original state of our client's nails, we're not supposed to do the same with extensions. So the right way to sculpt the nails was to apply them so they will be looking straight, or in this case, I think it's even better if they would be slightly downwards. My husband after my new business ideas. Oh, well, that's actually really smart. I mean, just imagine you're in the middle of the night at your friend's house. Of course, they don't have all this nail equipment that you need, so why not use a home vacuum cleaner? I'm sure it's doing its job, maybe even better than a regular dust collector. Finger piercing. Can someone explain to me how does it work? I mean, if someone had it, is it really comfortable to wear? Unlike ears or belly, our fingers, they're everywhere. Well, at least mine. I mean, I'm always taking off my gloves when I work, and I just cannot imagine it's getting stuck onto this ring. Or I will be looking for someone in my purse and then I accidentally touch the keys, and then a piece of my finger will be ripped off. When you tell your clients not to bite their nails, well, it's not that simple. Nail biting habit usually forms in a childhood, and it's not like someone's biting their nails because they want to, but it's simply a habit which is so hard to break. Me finishing doing my nails, my son Ma, what is this? Tilts the nail glue down my arm. Oh my god. Oh, I think I know this feeling. So one time I dropped glue, but there was a tiny amount on my hand and it looked a little similar. First of all, you need to take the nail glue from the kid and make sure it's nowhere on their skin or somewhere else. And then I suppose you may use an acetone or warm water, but I can imagine how it hurts. When you forget primer. No, that's not true. I'm sure those nails were already off. No, that's not what's supposed to happen. I forgot to apply primer on my nails many times. On my clients, sometimes. Not many times, but few times. And guess what happened? Nothing. If you do nail prep properly, if you do all the rest of the nail prep, like manicure, if you clean the nail plate, if you apply the product properly, that's not going to happen. Primer is not the only thing that keeps extensions on your nails. We have cute black nails here and this spider web, and now we have this design. We transfer it to nails and we seal them with a top coat. Well, looks cute, but I think you can do the same thing with spider gel. But now let's look at the other side of this story. So basically they destroyed someone's house to have this pretty look on their nails. Say goodbye to your powder chrome. All right, let's remove these nails. Why some of them are so damaged? Okay, why she's using such a large spoon to add the powder? Okay, so we have natural tips, then we apply some prep products, and then we apply acrylic. Metal painting gel by Born Pretty, I have the exact same one and it looks so pretty. Oh, why do they use such a huge knife to open it? I'm just simply curious, like, is there some secret trick I don't know? Okay, and here's the thing about chromes, whether it's a chrome gel or even a chrome powder. You need to have a perfect surface. If you have a little tiny bump, something uneven, if you have a little piece of fuzz or just something on your nail, it will be visible whenever you use a chrome on top. So make sure that your surface of the nail is flawless before applying it. This is one of those videos when husband says, hey honey, you're not supposed to spend so much money on your nails, I can do the same for free. And he does. So first he applies all this protection around her nails, underneath, and all the way to her elbow. Well, at least she will not experience these problems with the scar paint. And then we apply this red paint. Honestly, I thought they are going to use some kind of chrome or chameleon, something really cool and unusual that we can find only in auto shop, but they use just regular red, and there's still so much flooding in the sidewalls and near the cuticle. I think just taking red polish and applying it on your nails would be a little easier. A client forgets to add in a soak-off. What would you do? Well, definitely not that. When I see these terrible harsh removals done by people at home, this is one thing. Maybe they just don't understand the damage they're doing. But when you see this done at the salon by a professional, I don't understand how, why. We can see particles of the natural nail falling down on the leftovers of nail extensions, and after that nails are going to be like twice thinner. This is extremely damaging to your nails. Please do not do this and do not let anyone do this to you. Wow, this is the first time I see basically stiletto-shaped natural nails. Obviously, according to the leftovers of the products, they did not just grow them off naturally. Supposedly they were under nail extensions that were probably stilettos too, but still, it looks so impressive. My cat found the glitter box. Well, it suits her so well. I mean, she looks so glamorous. Okay, there's something wrong with the e-file and I would not recommend fixing it like that. Oh my goodness, if you see a nail of this color, we definitely need to go to the doctor first. I would strongly not recommend doing any kind of extensions because we can also see this green color under the nail. I cannot tell you what it is exactly without doing any tests because there can be many things, but it could be a fungal infection and it needs to be checked ASAP. So applying tips on top of that is also not the best idea. And it doesn't matter if we use primer or if we sanitize it, and then we seal it with acrylic, which means we are giving even more room for this infection to spread. And well, yes, it's not visible under the white color, but this is definitely something you should not cover with acrylic. Oh man, I'm really surprised this electric file still works if you have to apply the bits like this. If you cannot put it smoothly and you need to do something like this with a hammer, it probably means that this mechanism is broken, which means when the drill bit will be rotating, it will not be smooth. There will be terrible vibration, which is bad both for client and nail technician. When you did dual form extensions and now they're growing longer, oh my god, it looks so painful. If you did everything correct, if you cleaned the product underneath with a brush, if you filed it later, then no, it's not what's going to happen. But even if it did, I mean, what exactly are they doing with the knife and these terrible movements? Are they expecting this little piece underneath to fall off? Well, best case scenario, the entire free edge is going to fall off and that's it. And the worst scenario, it is going to fall off with a piece of her natural nail. Get my first nails with me. This girl has a similar condition, nail patella, but they decided to use press-on nails, which I think is a really good choice here. And this shape and this length, by the way, looks so good on her. Oh my god. This length is not too extreme, and I think they did a really smart decision by using press-on instead of extensions. The only thing I would recommend is that they used glue, and because of the shape of her nails, I would recommend to start with the sticky tabs, because in case there will be some situation where the nail is falling off, at least it won't be that painful and it will not damage her nails. But it looks so good on her. Alright, we have another husband who said, honey, let's stop spending our money in the nail salons. I will do it for you. So he pushed back the cuticles, then took this drill and buffing the surface of the nail plate. Okay, we have the full surface. Let's clean it with the brush that we used to mop the floors, and then we buff it again just to make sure it's going to stay, and yes, just blow off all the rest. And ooh, this stuff looks like something from the nail salon. Is that blood, or hopefully something just fell on her nail? We're going to use a nail form, so we're doing extensions here. No, I assume this was simply like for the skin protection, and then we spray silver chrome powder. The color looks awesome, by the way, the mirror shine, but it's all flooded around it, so apparently the skin protection didn't really work. 4-year-old acrylic nails. This client used to go to another nail technician, and now she came for infill. And honestly, I've seen this a lot. Some clients who prefer this kind of length, it is very common to have natural nail underneath, and they never remove it. And honestly, I think it happens a lot of times because nail technicians simply do not even offer it. They do not explain why it's important. So she's fixing the product underneath, and yes, she's filing off the natural nail. Good job. Because if you don't remove the natural nail, it may start to lift, there will be discoloration, and also the nails will tend to curve more. But once you get rid of it, you can fix the shape. And then she did this pretty Halloween nail art. I think this is a great transformation, and it was a nail fill, not a new extension. Good job. This is an unusual shape, and I'm really curious what are they going to do. We have some discoloration of the nail plate, so I would strongly suggest to see a doctor first and check, because it can be a sign of this serious disease. So first we apply tips, and then we apply a lot of gel on top, and then we file it, and then we have the design. Honestly, I don't know, the outcome looks great, but since this shape is so unusual, I don't really know what I would suggest there, because I have this experience working with challenging nails, and it's hard. You have this certain image of outcome in your head, but once you start working, you realize that it's not that simple. So you really need to try certain shapes to see how they look. I would probably suggest an oval shape, similar to her natural nail shape, but slightly longer. And maybe some natural colors. However, this cuffing looks pretty good on her as well, and I really like they did not do this extreme length. I mean, this length is pretty reasonable. What do you think? What kind of length and shape would you suggest for this client?